Thank you for joining us to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm Mia Villanueva. Welcome to La Plaza Esperanza, the new home to Latino Network, a Latino-led organization providing culturally specific education, resources, and connection to community. For the next half hour, we'll take a closer look at Latino culture, issues, programs, and food right here in the Portland area, and we'll explore all that the Latino Network has to offer at La Plaza Esperanza.
Welcome to Latino Network, La Plaza Esperanza. Bienvenidos a todos. My name is Ana Muñoz. I'm Director of Community Defense at Latino Network. This building was designed to be able to have it available for our community, to have it available for events, have it available as our work stations for our staff, and be able to invite other community organizations and strategize and build partnerships and collaboratives, and just be able to have this space bringing everyone together, building community, and being able to show that our community deserves better. And having this building here definitely is proof that we are bringing the best for our community.
Latino Network also provides immigration resources and connection to legal navigation services. Their mission is to empower local immigrant families to be prepared rather than live in fear. As our Anthony Costura shows us, it's a mission close to Ana Muñoz's heart.
Congratulations, you are all citizens.
It's a powerful moment, but for many, the path to citizenship is long, uncertain, and often dangerous. And for every ceremony like this, there are countless others still fighting to stay.
Being unauthorized in this country, meaning being undocumented, is not a crime. It's a civil violation, but it's not a crime. I think that, we cannot be living under fear. We cannot be hiding in the shadows because our president is threatening us in many different ways. What we need to do is we need to go on with our lives. We need to know our rights. We need to exercise our rights, and we need to be able to have that information.
Ana knows the struggle firsthand. Her family came to Oregon in 1977 for her father's timber job. It's here where she celebrated birthdays, attended school, and faced challenges head-on. In 1986, the U.S. passed landmark immigration reform granting amnesty to millions, a path Ana's family took to gain legal status the following year, just as she turned 15 years old. Then her U.S. citizenship 8 years later in 1995. Today, Ana says countless immigrants still face a very broken system.
That was the last time we had any type of immigration reform in place. So yes, it's been since then where a lot of people are trying to do things right. They're done the paperwork, they pay the fees, they're waiting in line, and they're still getting detained. That's very unfair.
Federal crackdowns have intensified in sanctuary states like Oregon, where immigrant communities face growing fear despite local protections.
You're going to see a ramp up of operations continue in LA. And, Portland, Seattle.
Latino Network partnered with groups like the Oregon Law Center and Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition to offer legal help, family planning tools, and education on immigrant rights. They put together family preparedness packets with legal forms, child care plans, and emergency information. But it's not just what they've made, it's where they're sharing it. Meeting people in parks and community spaces, bringing that information to them. It can be risky, but Ana says it's vital.
We get attacked, and therefore we need to have some safety measures, not just for us who work at Latino Network, but for our community. And we want to make sure that, our community is informed.
Latino Network has adapted its services to meet the moment. In 2017, they focused on immigration during President Trump's first term. Then, during the pandemic, they created an entire health and wellness department, shifting to educate families on COVID, vaccines, and access to medical care.
We know that our challenges are our community's challenges, and for that we always seek the right funding to make sure that we develop programs and services that are beneficial during those crises.
With immigration a flashpoint yet again, Ana is fighting fiercely to give families the chance she fought for, calling Oregon home for 31 years and standing strong to protect her community's future.
That's how we can support our community, for them to feel empowered and feel like there's an organization that they can rely on and count on.
Another local organization helping families with immigration services, workplace safety, and resources. KOIN. It's Oregon's largest farm worker advocacy group, working to empower Latino farm workers and working families through community. Less than an hour south of Portland, you'll find Woodburn, Oregon, a Willamette Valley agricultural city powered by the labor of farm workers from immigrant and refugee communities. Communities historically victim to exploitation in the workforce, until they are given a voice.
They were very inspired by what was happening down in Delano, California by Cesar Chavez. And in fact, one of his organizers was up in Oregon and helped us found KOIN. So really the vision back then was to end exploitation.
Since 1985, KOIN, short for Pineros y Campesinos Unidos del Noroeste, has been that voice for working Latino families in Oregon. Over the last 5 years, KOIN has worked closely with OSHA to pass some of the strongest smoke and heat protections for farmers and every person working outside in extreme conditions in Oregon. They also recently worked with the Oregon legislature to replenish funds for farm worker disaster relief under the Worker Relief Fund.
It was $5 million that was allocated for farm workers to be able to access if they're losing wages because of extreme heat or extreme conditions outside.
Reina Lopez, executive director at KOIN, says their work in the community is only expanding. From connecting families to resources for rent assistance and mental health to immigration services.
What we hear when people walk through the doors of the Farm Worker Service Center is that people want to know how they can get a pathway to legalization. People want to know when they can become a citizen now that they have a green card. You can see some of the orgs right here.
Though their work focuses predominantly on worksite and economic justice for Latino workers, KOIN is a part of an integrated network of sister Latino organizations that can help.
Like an iconic Chicano art.
At the heart of their work, the Si Se Puede spirit, that very phrase painted on a mural inside KOIN headquarters. A reminder to Lopez and everyone who walks through the doors at KOIN that our voices are the most powerful when we raise them together.
We can do it, Si Se Puede, and we can do that in community as a collective. We're not going to do it alone.
Back here at the Plaza Esperanza, Latino Network's new home has given the organization the opportunity to expand their reach from hosting events to its very own preschool. Ana Munoz takes us inside the brand new facility.
Well, welcome. This is the entrance of our La Plaza Esperanza. This is our lobby area. And I do have to say that everything that you're going to see in this building was selected with intentionality. Staff, community members, students, they all offer feedback on what was it that we wanted in this building. It's an open space here. To my right, we have our multi-purpose room. That area, we have used it for events. To my left, we have our lounge area, and it's very cozy, very also bright and welcoming. We have conference rooms. We have workspace for our staff. Our staff can drop in and work off of this office. This La Plaza Esperanza also includes La Escuelita Esperanza, our preschool, and we are very excited to have our own school here.
My name is Lupe Campos, and I am the director of the Early Learning Department here in Latino Network. And where we are right now is our beautiful preschool, made possible for the first time with Preschool for All funding. We really wanted to create an inviting space, a warm space for kids. We wanted them to feel the warmth when they came in. We wanted families to feel welcomed. We wanted them to feel that their kids were secure and safe. And our program is culturally specific program, so our program is done all in Spanish. We know that children learn in their primary language. And so a lot of our kiddos that are here are from the Latina community, and so their home language is Spanish. And so kids at this age can pick up on various languages. They are sponges. But when they're trying to learn language and learn concepts, like academic concepts, numbers, sounds, it is really hard when they know one language and trying to learn those concepts in another language, because then they're not just learning the concepts, they're trying to learn the language as well. So having a culturally specific program such as ours, it allows the children to learn those concepts they need to be ready for kindergarten in their own language, so that when they enter kindergarten, they don't need to focus on both.
Welcome back to La Plaza Esperanza, the new home of Latino Network. The space is filled with bright and colorful artwork representing the community, the culture, and the work they do right here.
So Ideal PDX created this amazing mural that is reflective of our culture, our community, our ancestors, our history. Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera in the middle as iconic figures of art and history from Mexico. And all the way to our current or our present here in the Pacific Northwest, a reflection of the Mount Hood in the background and sort of nature representing Oregon in the area that we currently live in. We wanted the colors of this building to be neutral, but we wanted the art to stand out, the art to be colorful. And so Ideal PDX made it happen again based on our input, based on, what we were sort of envisioning of what this art could look like. They were able to create these amazing pieces, colorful. They brought in nature with their art, they brought our history with their art, and they brought representation of what is our community now through their art. So very colorful, very big, and just big images that we have around our space. They just make it more joyful, and it makes you want to be here.
The Milagro Theater, or Miracle Theater, has been a home to Latino artists in the Portland Metro for nearly 30 years. Now we're taking a look behind the curtain to see how this small theater group is championing diversity and accessibility through art. In 1995, on an unassuming corner in Portland's Central East Side, the Milagro Theater opened its doors for the first time.
To start a Latino theater in Portland, Oregon, years ago, we were like 4% of the population, 90% of the population was white, was kind of crazy.
Milagro means miracle, and the success of this theater is a miracle in its own right. Decades after it was established by married co-founders Jose and Danielle Gonzalez, it's now considered one of the top 10 Latino arts organizations in the country.
And I always attribute it to Oregon and Portland. Whatever it was in this soil or in this air or this environment, it helped us to thrive.
The Milagro Theater Group has toured the country and the world, bringing its original productions to communities that may not otherwise be exposed to Latino arts, or Latino communities in need of seeing themselves in art. Mia Torres, an artistic associate at Milagro, says representation is at the heart of everything they do.
And in a moment like today, where Latinos are at the center of almost every issue, it feels like, we need places to feel that sense of escapism, look at something and see, why is this political?
As the oldest and longest-running cultural center in Portland and the only Latino arts center in the state, Danielle and Jose believe their legacy will continue to grow through education. In addition to visiting schools and inviting students to the theater, Danielle and Jose also founded the Milagro Artist Fund, providing grants to independent artists across Oregon and Southwest Washington.
So we're helping to build not just the cultural center here, but also uplifting Latino artists across the state. We want everyone to know that all roads lead to Milagro.
Just a few blocks up Sandy Boulevard, Latino culture is taking over the big screen at the Hollywood Theater for the 19th annual Portland Latin American Film Festival.
My name is Maria Osterrod Sosman. I'm from Mexico City. I've been living in Portland, Oregon for 20 years, and I decided to start this adventure, the Portland Latin American Film Festival, 19 years ago. This year, we are having 11 films from different countries of Latin America and one short film. Some of the countries that we are featuring are Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico, and Venezuela. We try to bring documentaries, feature films, diversity of films that represent the issues and the things that we are living in Latin America. This year, I'm very excited because we are having a film. It's a family-friendly film. It's the first stop-motion film in Mexico. So we are welcoming families and their kids. And I think also it's a good opportunity for families who are raising bilingual kids come and immerse themselves into the Spanish-speaking cinema. We have all the films with subtitles in English. Probably I would say 50% of our attendees are people who are English-speaking people who like to travel or like to learn more about other cultures. So when I moved to Portland 20 years ago, I decided to do something that connects me with Mexico, with Latin America. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this. And also I realized that at that time, when I moved to Portland, there was not a film festival for Latin America. For me also, it's like a bridge that connects Latin America with the United States. And I think it's really important that we create those bridges and bring more culture and celebrate our diversity and differences too.
The film festival runs weekly through November 12th. You can go to KOIN.com for a link to showtimes and trailers. A staple for the Latino community in Southeast Portland finally being brought back to life. The Portland Mercado was destroyed in a fire in January of last year, but thanks to fundraising efforts by the community, the vital hub has been reimagined. Here's an exclusive look at the first renderings of the new and improved Portland Mercado. The Portland Mercado is more than just a business venture. It's a metaphor for the Latino community's resilience in a shifting political landscape.
You can punch us, you can take us down, but eventually we're going to get up.
That very resilience is fueling the Mercado's rebuild. Ernesto Fonseca is the CEO of the corporation that owns the Mercado. He remembers all too well the devastating fire that destroyed the building back in 2024. He also remembers how quickly the community rallied around them.
They donated over $300,000 to the rebuilding of the Portland Mercado and to support, small businesses.
Featuring about a dozen small businesses inside and food carts outside, the former market hall was the place to celebrate the diverse Latino culture through food. The architects behind the new build promised to deliver that same vibe, but now with a rooftop bar.
Settle into a peaceful, organic space.
More space and more color. Set to open in early 2026, the new and improved marketplace will be hard to miss.
We knew we wanted the colors to be vibrant, but also culturally recognizable.
The pink and turquoise exterior may be an interesting choice to some, but to the visionaries behind it, it's the perfect reflection of the Latino community in Portland. Bold and here to stay.
We're part of the fabric of this country, and this will pass. This will pass and we will prevail.
Back here at La Plaza Esperanza, the design team included a space to help make sure everyone feels at home and welcome when visiting the center.
So this space is the lounge area, and this space is meant to utilize it sort of like a waiting space for community members that come in. We have a design area for kiddos. Most of the time, our community members who come in bring children, so we want to be very intentional to have something to entertain them with. We have our coffee area, tea, water. We want to make sure that we have all those accommodations for our community to be able to feel welcome and relax, and a place where they can, their waiting time doesn't feel like an eternity. And then in the background, we have an appreciation of everyone that chipped in making sure that this community center was built. The mural in the background, again, it was done by Ideal PDX, and it is beautiful. There's an activity that we tend to do during our programs, and we utilize yarn. And as we are introducing ourselves for the very first time, we use the yarn sort of as a talking stick, if you may. And so if I have the ball of yarn, I introduce myself, share about myself, and when I'm done, I pass it on to the next person, and we're all in a circle. And I pass it on to the next person, and so on and so forth, and we create a web. And this web is a representation of our community, our connection, our intention of coming together and unified ourselves for the same cause, for the same purpose. And that's this rope here, this yarn representing that particular activity, in order for us to always remember that we're connected in one way or another.
Welcome back to La Plaza Esperanza, the new home of Latino Network. The new building now has more space to host events and provide new opportunities to the Latino community.
For the future at Latino Network, what I see is I want to bring in adult basic education. That's what I want to bring in. I want to be able to offer literacy programs, computer ed programs, driving education programs, U.S. citizenship classes, English classes. I mean, a whole spectrum of educational programs for adults. We have adults asking us for those all the time, and all we needed was a space to be able to offer those. So now we have the space. Now it's just a matter of getting to the planning to be able to offer that in the near future.
A local couple is blending their cultures from Cuba and Mexico to create a unique and delicious cuisine in downtown Portland. Our Elizabeth Din takes us to KOIN Cafe.
KOIN Cafe is the product of Annabel Gutierrez and her partner of 9 years, Ernesto Romero, combining their vast experience in the food and drink industry, along with their cultures. She's originally from Mexico, he's from Cuba.
We try to bring half and half, you know, so that way people can know a little bit of our culture every single day. I'm gonna make you the Cuban sandwich. I really love the Cuban sandwich. So it comes with ham, and it comes also with Swiss cheese. And it also comes with our shredded pork. Now I'm gonna make you a really traditional Mexican dish. Okay. I love this. It's the chilaquiles. This is loco too, and this is my sauce. Believe me, I put tons of love in this salsa. That comes with our chicken. We'll put it right here on top of that, and that's our chilaquiles. And this is a really, really, really cultural thing.
While you'll find dishes from both Mexico and Cuba, there are some that combine them too, like the Cuban burrito.
We feel so proud of that because it's one of our top sellers that we do.
Also top sellers, the empanadas.
So we don't do anything processed. We do everything by hand here. The dough, the fillings for the empanadas, everything is made in the house.
What goes well with the pastry is a cup of coffee.
One other thing, Cuban people love sugar. Tons of sugar.
What is your favorite?
My favorite is the horchata latte.
Horchata is from Mexico, yes?
It is from Mexico. Like I said, we try to even up. Up there is Cuban, down here is the Mexican. This is a dream come true. I never expected it for people to like our food the way they have liked it. I think that's our motivation to keep going.
Here at La Plaza Esperanza, celebrating Latino culture and education continues with plans for even more in the future.
For me, Latino Network, more than being my place of work, is my home, is my sanctuary space, is the place that I truly am invested in, and I'm very, very passionate about the work that we do here. We want people to feel welcome. We want people to feel like this is a community center that is going to offer support. It's going to offer guidance, services, programs. We want people to trust this center as a way for them to be able to receive what they're looking for. And a lot of times it's educational programs, services that they're seeking for different or variety of reasons. So yes, we want people to feel proud of this place, that feel like they're coming in to a place where they're going to find familiar faces, they're going to find people that can speak their language. Come in, welcome, you belong here, you're part of us.
You can learn more about all of the stories you've seen today and much more about Latino Network and La Plaza Esperanza on KOIN.com. You'll also find stories celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month from cities all around the country. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage.